Hey guys, Ollie here, welcome back to another free lesson from ollieguitar.com, and I'm really excited to be doing this one actually. This is Layla, and this is probably the most requested lesson I've had from you guys. There was a point when I was receiving emails daily asking for this one. Now, it's possibly my favourite Clapton track of all time. It's done so well, and there's a really interesting bit of history behind it. If you read into it a bit further with George Harrison and Patty Boyd, etc, etc, so well worth the read if you've never come across any of it before. Now, I'm going to split this into two videos. Essentially, this first one is going to be the riff, and then, so that includes what I just played there, the bit down here and the bit up here, and then the next video will be all about the chords, the main verse structures, and then the piano coda section at the end. And I'll show you how to play that as well. So it's going to be two videos, this being the first of those two. And hopefully you'll stick around and watch both. One can only hope. Alright guys, we're going to go for a close-up of my left hand so you can see exactly what's going on, and I shall see you in a second. Okay guys, so Layla. We're going to start with the kind of opening riff. Come this way a bit so the camera can see. And what we're doing is we're starting with the open A string, hammering on at the 3rd fret of the A, doing the same on the D, so playing it open and then hammering on at the 3rd, once more on the D, once more on the A, and then open D string. And that's it, and this is done 3 times, and after the 3rd time we jump into the kind of main riff. And this is the main kind of rhythm riff that Clapton himself plays when he does this song live, because someone else tends to handle the higher, you know, up there, because it's, I think, probably very difficult to play and sing at the same time, that particular riff. So, what we're doing is starting with like a D power chord. Our forefinger wants to bar the 5th fret of the A string through to the high E, and then our ring finger and little finger want to come on to the 7th frets of the D and G strings. We then take this straight down to a B flat. So our forefinger's now at the 1st and our ring and little fingers at the 3rd. We then release our forefinger so we can play the A string open, and then bring our middle finger, which is free, across to the 3rd fret of the low E to hit that G note. So A, 3rd fret of the low E. We then reform our B flat and slide it up to a C. So we've just moved everything up 2 frets, our forefinger's now at the 3rd and our ring and little finger at the 5th of the D and G. We then release our forefinger again, playing the A string open, and then placing our forefinger back on at the 3rd. And then moving back up to our D. that's it, that's the main riff. So then we move up to the higher segment. So what we're doing here, we'll start off with, we're starting at the 10th fret of the B, and then we're going to hammer on at the 13th. We're then going to do the same thing on the high E. So 10 to 13. We're then going to pull off from the 13th to the 10th. Go for the 13th on the B, and then back to the 10th on the high E. So pulling off 13 to 10, going to 13 on the B, back to 10 on the E. So the two segments that we did it in, and that's kind of all made sequential. So when we hammer on from the 10th to the 13th for the first time, we pull off straight away. It's a hammer on and then a pull off. And just by using alternate picking, I mean, even if you're not, I only had to pick 3 times then to do all those notes. And then we have this bend. So we're bending up to the 15th, that's our note. And bring it back down to the 13th. We then remove our ring finger and use our middle finger to play the 12th of the high E. We bring our ring finger over to the 13th of the B again. And go back to the 10th on the high E. So all together, that's what we have so far. Then obviously there's the alternative segment because it does this riff in 2 parts. The alternative is this. So what we do this time is bend up from the 15th to the 17th, bringing it back down to the 15th again, dropping down to the 15th on the 12th, once more to the 13th on the B, to the 10th on the E. So 15 to 17, 15, 12, 13, 10. Okay guys, so that was Layla. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Please remember to like, rate, subscribe, tweet, Instagram, etc. There's links for everything in the video description, and be sure to check out the website at ollieguitar.com. There's a link on screen now, and check out the articles, reviews and more lessons just like this one. Everything is absolutely free, and if you get a chance, leave a cheeky donation. That's been it for this time, and I shall see you in part 2 of this video where we're going to go into the chord structure and the piano coda. Okay guys, as always, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.